Right now, though, to start the press conference, we'd like to welcome our athletic director, Dr. Richard Sander.
Thanks, Jay. This is a really special day for me because I'm here to announce that we are going to play a charity basketball game on October 27th at 4 p.m. at Freedom Hall. The charity game will be against High Point University, and as you probably know, the NCAA prohibits exhibition games, preseason exhibition games between Division I members, but recently they've been able to grant waivers to schools if all the proceeds go to charity. Coach Savage came to me with the idea of us playing an exhibition game that could generate funds for very worthwhile charities. We contacted the NCAA and we made a proposal to have the charities that we dealt with, and they have to be approved by the NCAA, and they did. So we're excited about that. I think this is a chance for our fan base to really see, Coach Savage's team, which we're very excited about, playing against a very good opponent. High Point's a very good team. But I think probably in a bigger scale, we will be able to help two very worthwhile charities. One is Finnegan's Challenge, which helps the families of folks who have had a very difficult time with a child who has been born with medical complexity. So I think that's very important to help those families. The other charity that we're going to help is one called the Uncommon Grit Foundation, which was started by a Navy SEAL who was in service for 24 years, retired, and then raises money to help the families of military and first responders. So I think these are two incredibly important charities that really connect with our community. When you have for me, Finnegan's Challenge clearly is very close to me because, when you have a grandchild who is born with a major birth defect and you see the effect that it has on, families, it's very important. So I felt it was, our responsibility to help families of those folks. So that's kind of what Finnegan's Challenge does. But also, when I got to kind of know the individual who has started the Uncommon Grit Foundation, to see what they are doing to help our veterans, to help our first responders family who have had tough times. That just makes it really, really exciting for me to be able to help those folks. Plus, I love basketball. I'd love to see our team play, so it's going to be a great situation for us. We just hope everybody comes out and watches this game, invest in our program, but also helps these charities meet their mission. So that's enough for me. I'd like to introduce Coach Savage. He can talk a little bit about the game and his thoughts behind that. So, Coach.
Thank you, Doc. Thanks everyone being here. We're excited about this charity game. It's an opportunity for us to play a really high-level opponent in High Point. Won 27 games last year. Coach Huss has got it rolling over there, so it'll be a really good challenge for us early season. We want to try to get the most out of the early season scrimmage exhibition games as we can, and we felt like this, combined with our close scrimmage against Middle Tennessee, would be two really good ones. And so the opportunity for our team to have that high-level competition, play an additional home game that's really quality in front of our fans, and to do that coupled with pairing and partnering with these charities, Uncommon Grit and Finnegan's Challenge, I think it's just a win for everybody. And so really hopeful that the community gets behind this game and these two organizations, because they really do so much good for people all over. And I think, like Doc said, I think they're two that not only are they really personal for us, but I think it really hits home for our community, and I think everybody can relate to these in some form or fashion. And so was really excited when me and Doc got to discussing this about all the good that can come from it, from an athletic standpoint, but also from the charitable aspect that's bigger than basketball. So I think it gives our student athletes perspective, and that is oftentimes bigger than just us. And so I think it accomplishes, checks all the boxes from that standpoint. And so just really excited about that. So look forward to seeing everybody in Freedom Hall on October 27th against a really, really good High Point team. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. And for me, you know, like I said, these are two very important charities that I think we can really help a lot of families with. But, you know, I went to lunch a couple weeks ago with Joe Trujillo and kind of mentioned it to Joe. And knowing a little bit about Joe's background, you know, I thought he would be very interested. And right away, with no hesitation, Joe said to me, Johnson City Honda is going to be the title sponsor for this game. So, you know, I think, of course, you know, Joe is such a, you know, he's such a pillar of the community. He does so much good for so many people that when I talked to him about it, you know, it really made me feel good that he just jumped on. There was no hesitation whatsoever, but I think that speaks volumes about who Joe Trujillo is and the values that Johnson City Honda have. So, Joe, we greatly appreciate it, but love for you to come up here and kind of share your thoughts on this.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Yeah, Doc come to me a couple weeks ago and mentioned this, and this is absolutely fits in Johnson City Honda and Joe Trujillo's wheelhouse. You know, a little bit about me is, you know, I'm an Army brat. My dad served 30 years, served 2 tours in Vietnam, was wounded in Vietnam, my brother-in-law was wounded in Vietnam, and I lost a brother in Vietnam. So this is right up my wheelhouse with me. And also, I know Little Finn, and if you ever met Little Finn, Doc's grandson, you can't help but fall in love with him. So this is absolutely what we're about, is helping community, helping people. And, you know, besides being a military brat, I grew up with a mom with a nurse and sisters with nurses. So this is absolutely exactly what we're about. We're honored to do this. This is something that we're proud to put our name beside, and we hope to see everybody at the game and raise a lot of money for this, because this is absolutely the right challenge and right thing to put our money forth, to help first responders and to help military people who's been wounded at war and things like that. But, you know, today being 9/11, this really makes you think about our first responders today and what they do every day and how they put their lives in front of us. So this absolutely fits our wheelhouse. And Doc, thank you for asking me and Johnson City Honda to be part of this. We're honored to help and be glad to do it every time. Thank you all.
That will conclude our formal portion of this press conference. Again, all 3 of the gentlemen will be around to take one-on-ones from the media. Thank you, and go Bucks.